Arc Raiders has a new map dropping, and I think I found it. Not only do I have leaked concept art to back up this idea, I have leaks from their roadmap that were kind of hidden in plain sight that a lot of people probably didn't notice, but it also makes sense to drop a new arc on this map, as well as past interviews that kind of back up this theory I have on why the marina, is what I'm calling it right now, could be the next map. So when we look at old pictures of this kind of dock area, this marina, there's a couple key details we want to take away from it, right? There's water kind of all around it, there's kind of sand going on, and the map looks massive, it looks wide. In past interviews, there were interviews with some of the devs and the creative team about making a map bigger than anything we've had before, bigger than Spaceport, bigger than Bluegate, bigger than all of them. And not only that, the key details with the sand, with the water, with everything going on around the map, that when we look at the roadmap that they dropped, it's called Riventides, which makes sense, leaning more towards a water-themed map than any other map at this point. On top of that, when you look at the map icon under Riventides, where it says a new map, you can kind of get a little beach feel, a little beach vibe from it, right? Look at it closely. You can kind of see what looks like a hump for sand on top of an umbrella sticking out of it, which to me ties more towards this marina, this beach themed map that we have leaked concept art for already. And for the fact, so we're going to be getting a new large arc. I don't think it's the king or whatever it is. I don't think it's the emperor. It is going to be similar in size to like the matriarch and to the queen that we've gotten before, but I think it's gonna be, I think it's called the Baron or something like that. Here's kind of footage of it that I've seen before, and it makes sense to drop a new massive arc on a new massive map kind of like this. And I think the map might be heavy PvE focused for this reason as well. We're dropping a new massive arc on it, but Stellamontis, the most previous map, was heavy PvP focused. Kind of when you drop that map, you know it's just go time, right? People mean business when they drop into Stellamontis, and I get that. It's fun, kind of like the underground part of Bluegate, right? But the community is so split on some of them liking a lot of PvP, some of them liking a lot of PvE, and I don't think we're dropping two close quarters PvP map back to back, right? So I think it leans more towards us getting a more wide open, massive theme map that's kind of heavy PvE focused. That kind of ties in with the new arc coming. That kind of ties in with the previous interviews talking about how we could be getting a new massive map bigger in scale than anything we've seen so far. Now, don't get me wrong, there's still going to be PvP on the map. Of course there's going to be, but I think it's going to lean more towards PvE with probably some new arc we get along the way. And it's all going to have this kind of beach feel, this kind of vibe going on, kind of by the marina, kind of by the docks. And these leaked concept arts I'll put on screen for you guys. Again, maybe it won't look exactly like this, but we do already have concept art of these ideas, which means they've had a thought of it before in the past. And with it tying in with the roadmap being Riventides and the little icon next to it, I think there's a good chance that the marina could be the next map in Arc Raiders. Now, there is another map that has been teased before with some concept art called like White Dunes or White Sands, something like that. And there is a bunch of concept art for it, but to me, it doesn't seem to pair well with April's update being called Riventides, and with also the update with the icon next to the new map, also giving us more of a beach theme with the umbrella and the sand coming up out of it. So while there is concept art for this other map, we may get it later on, I still think I'm leaning more towards the marina theme for the next map coming out in April. That's just my thought. I'm going to do a whole video on the Baron and who the next big arc is and who I think it is. So if you want to know what that is, follow and I'll keep you guys up to date.